Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to my presentation. The title is Using Storytelling as a Tool for Language Acquisition in EFL, or From Listening to Living the Language. My name is Siti Dulestari. Today I will show you why stories are one of the most powerful tools we have in the EFL classroom. The outline for today's presentation. First, we will define what storytelling is in EFL. So, the second, we will look at the theory behind it. Third, we will discuss the key benefits of our learners. Then, I will share types of stories, a three-stage framework, and example activities you can use in class. And finally, we'll talk about materials, challenge, golden rules, and the last is conclusion. Let's get started. Storytelling in EFL. So, storytelling is the interactive art of using words and action to reveal a story while encouraging the listener's imaginations. In our classroom, it means using stories as a meaningful context to teach vocabulary, grammar, and all language skills naturally. There are three key features. First, it is meaningful because language is in context. So the second is interactive. Both teacher and student are involved. And the third, it is memorable. Students remember stories much easier than isolated grammar rules. In short, a story is the bridge from learning about language to using language. Why storytelling works? Because it is supported by theory. First, presents comprehensible input hypothesis. He said we acquire language best when we get input that is just a little above our level. Stories do this perfectly. Second, the affective filter hypothesis. Stories lower student anxiety and increase motivation. When students are relaxed and happy, learning happens. Third, Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. With teacher support during a story, students can reach a higher level of language. So the conclusion is simple. Our brains are weird of stories. There are 6 benefits for language development. First, vocabulary is learned in context, not from word list. Second, grammar-like tenses appears naturally in the plot. Third, all 4 skills are practiced: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. For learners. Fourth, pronunciation and fluency improve because students model the teacher's intonation. Fifth, cultural competence because stories expose values and traditions. And the sixth, confidence and creativity. Students become brave speakers and story creators themselves. What kind of stories can we use? For elementary and junior high, we can use folk tales and fables like the tortoise and the hare to teach simple past and moral. So for junior high to adults, personal narratives like my first day at schools are great for past tense and speaking. So for elementary, picture or wordless books help with describing and predicting. For senior high and adults, we can use news or true stories to practice present simple and discussion. And for all levels, digital or animated shorts from Pixar are perfect for listening and retelling. Storytelling effective use this 3-stage framework. Okay, Stage 1, pre-story. The goal is to activate schema, show pictures, predict the title, and pre-teach 5 key vocabulary words. As what do you think this story is about? So, the second stage, while story. The goal is to engage and listen. Tell the story expressively. Pause and ask, what will happen next? Or how do you think the next character feels? So, the last stage is post story. The goal is to produce language, have students retell, do a role play, change the ending, or have a group discussion. So, ask, what is the moral of the story? Let's look at example by level. For elementary grade 3, use the very hungry caterpillar. The target is days of the week and food. The post activity is making a my food diary and presenting 3 sentences. For junior high, use a lost wallet to teach past tense and should. The activity is creating a 4-panel comic strip with dialogue. So for senior high, use the last leave by O. Henry for past perfect and inference. Then hold a debate, what is a sacrifice or a waste? And then for adult, use a story like the customer who changed my life to teach business vocabulary. The task is a 2-minute work experience story. We don't need a lot of research. For low tech, we can use storybooks, flashcards, puppets, and masks. For high tech, we have many tools. Use Canva or Storyjumper to create digital storybooks together. Use ChatGPT or Gemini with a prompt like write a 150-word story at A1 level about a lost cat using past tense. Use Flip or Paddle for students to upload videos of them retelling a story, and use YouTube channels like English Sing. Pro tip, use 3 media for one story. For example, a book plus audio plus image. Now we have challenge. If you have next level student, use tiered questions. Easy, medium, and hard. If students are bored or noisy, add gesture, sounds, effect, and prediction pause. If you have limit time, just use a micro story of 5 minutes. If you lack confidence, memorize 3 opening sentences and use simple prompts. And if the student don't understand vocabulary, pre-teach with pictures, no translation. Before we finish, here are 5 golden rules. Number 1, use your voice. Be loud, soft, fast, and slow. The number 2, use your body. Facial expression are 50% of the story. Number 3, repeat key language. Repeat important phrase 3 times. Number 4, invite interactions. Don't monologue, ask questions constantly. And number 5, always end with a task. Remember, a story without activity is just entertainment. Conclusion, storytelling is not a break from learning, it is learning. With stories, we can teach language, build character, and create a lively classroom. Like, I'll end with this quote, tell me a fake and I will learn. Tell me a truth and I will believe, but tell me a story and it will live in my heart forever. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.